We're back with the show. Thanks for tuning in here on this Monday morning, cruising right along. We're going strong until about 9 a.m., so we still have, again, your watch and win, another look at your snow and weather. And right now, we're talking about how you can get around Summit County for free. It's through the Summit Stage, and I am joined here by Jim and Daryl. Good morning to both of you guys. Thanks for coming in here.
Good morning.
How's your weekend?
Good.
Yeah?
Always
Great.
good.
Yeah. I've been working. Has it been real busy on the buses lately, Daryl?
Yes, it has been pretty busy.
Okay.
Not as busy as last year, but it's been pretty busy.
Okay, good. Right? As long as ridership, though, is still, showing well. And then how are those new products, Jim? I want to jump into that on those express routes and some of the stuff that Summit Stage has introduced this winter. Everything been working out pretty well?
Everything's been working pretty well. Just to let your audience know, we started some new services this year, some limited run, what we call express services. One of them operates between Frisco and Copper. And then we have one from Silverthorne out to Keystone, and then the third one between Frisco and Breckenridge.
Yeah.
And what that is, it's a limited stop, so it knocks about 10 to 15 minutes off the travel time.
Nice.
And they've been doing real well. The routes, those trips have just been in operation now for less than a month, but they're doing real well.
Because most often you have found that riders are trying to go point to point on the transfer centers.
Right.
So if you eliminate some of those stops, and Daryl, do you ever run those express routes?
I do not. Those
Okay.
routes come in usually from Leadville and then turn into the express route, but I do connect a lot of people to them.
Okay,
So.
I bet, yeah. And when you, tell me about some of the riders that you see. I mean, these people are doing basically anything with their skiing or going to work. I mean, is that kind of the spectrum? Tell me about some of the ridership.
Well, yeah, I do the early morning routes. I do
Okay.
grab a lot of employees who are going to work
Nice.
and, get them to the resorts or wherever they're going. And you do get skiers who get on because they want the fresh track. They want to make the first
Yeah.
run, get the first chair. So you meet a lot of different people in the morning
Yeah, I
that
can
are
imagine.
taking the bus.
You bet. Now, and at least you're not doing any 4 o'clock runs, it sounds like, when the lifts are closed. That's when a bus can get really packed. I've done the Copper Loop back to Frisco a lot, and hey, it's a lot better than parking still, but that bus can get full because it's popular and there's a lot of ridership. Now, one thing I always like to ask for drivers is, what is a good tip for anyone who's new to Summit Stage to know about if they're new to Summit County as well and on the routes?
Don't be afraid to talk to the driver. They're going to know exactly where you're going. I see a lot of times people will go to someone else on the bus and they'll get some information that's just having them go everywhere. Like, come to the driver. They know where the bus is going. They know where the routes, end.
Right.
It's
you
a
know
lot
where you're
easier,
like.
yeah.
I am operating this vehicle. I'm going to be able to know exactly where you're going to go, and of course, I'm sure you have the schedule even pretty well memorized.
Yes.
At this point as well.
Yes.
Now, Jim, tell me about the schedule. We see the schedule on where the destinations are going on the screen right now. But how about for more information if people want to find out those exact locations and hours?
Well, the best thing would be to go to either the website, summitstage.com, or pick up a schedule, or call our dispatch, 970-668-066.
0999.
0999, excuse me, to get the most accurate information.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you call dispatch, I mean, exactly what is that process? So, what are typical questions going on for that?
Oh, where do I catch the bus? Okay. When's the next bus coming?
So basically, any question you have about Summit Stage, that dispatch.
Anything about the overall service or anything specific to where you are and where you're going and when the next bus is going to be coming.
Nice. Now that's a great segue as well into a product that we've been talking about as of late, which is that Summit Stage app. Tell us about that, what we can expect hopefully in the near future.
We hope to have a contractor on board here in the next month or so to develop a mobile app. They're also going to be developing some other new technologies which we'll be introducing to the bus system. But the mobile app will allow people on their smartphone or on their old style phone to get real-time information on when the next bus is coming. We'll be adding some additional features as well, one of them being an onboard next stop announcing system.
Right. Yeah.
So that instead of the drivers having to remember to announce the stop or announcing it maybe when they're right there, as the bus gets within 500 feet, a voice will come on announcing the stop, be a sign on board also showing the next stop. And that'll be good not just for people who are disabled, who may be visually impaired, but for new people to the area of which we carry a lot. Knowing where to get on and off the bus.
Yeah, getting that good audible announcement of exactly what the location is. Because if you're going off the schedule, that paper schedule, and you see, oh, I need to stop at Granite, in Frisco, you may not necessarily know exactly where that is. You need to listen up for that, because especially it's the first one coming in town from Community Commons.
That's right, and you know, and weather and traffic can often throw the buses off schedule. So you may be out there at the right time, but the buses may be running several minutes late because of the weather. So with your app, you'll be able to know that.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that app. It should also help make your job a little easier, Daryl. Make it a little less stressful for people. I'm sure every once in a while, if the weather is throwing you off a little bit, that you get some unhappy riders every once in a while. But you know, it is a free transportation. We can't stress that enough. You guys have to take advantage of the Summit Stage around Summit County. Now, I can't imagine it would happen, but say we do get a foot of snow through the overnight. Tomorrow morning, you're riding buses or driving buses. How does that affect your job there? Does it make it a lot tougher?
I wouldn't say tougher. It slows things down a little bit, but you know, drivers are very safe. They use a lot of caution getting the buses around the county. So we're still out there trying to get people where they need to go and try to get them there on time.
And what's really neat is that these buses probably handled it better in the snow conditions than a lot of other.
They don't handle as bad as most people think.
Right, better than a lot of other vehicles there even.
Yeah, it's probably best to park your car and ride the bus. It's a lot safer.
All right, well, fantastic. Guys, thanks for coming in here, Jim, Daryl, and you guys have a great rest of your week as well. And we're going to be back with more show. You guys keep it tuned here. We have still that Watch and Win and another look at your snow and weather to come after this break.